Hello, today I'm playing the second violin part for Linus and Lucy, measures 5 through 14. First, let me turn my metronome on. This is the quarter note equals 108 beats per minute. And 1, 2, ready, go. And I just played the first 4 notes of measure 16 at the end there. So how do we practice this? First, we gotta recognize in these 10 measures, we only play 3 different notes. Those notes are B on the G string, 2 on the G string, D, which can just be your open D, and then 3 on the D string, which is G. The highest note you have in all these 10 measures is G, 3 on the D string. In measure 5, you get to slur from the G string to the D string. So you have 1 and 2, 3. Notice that didn't sound like what I played at the very beginning when I played all the measures together, because I'm just practicing the bowing right now, nice and slow, going down, up, down, up. And you can do that a bajillion times, get really good at just the bowing before you worry about left-hand fingers. So let's pit to practice the left hand. We have 2, open, 3, 3, open, 2 on the G string. So that's G2, open, D3, D3, open, G2. And then you can ramp that up as you play it more times. And you'll get really good at that if you practice it slowly before getting faster and faster. Then we put the bowing and the left hands together. And notice that I'm making those quarter notes nice and light, nice and short. Yeah? And then for measure 5, or measure 6, I mean, where you have D, B, you can play it 4 fingers for D if you don't want to change strings. That might be the better thing to do. So 4, 2. Okay, so in measure 6, maybe just stay on the same string, play 4 for D instead of open D. So you can play 4 on the G string instead of open D. Measures 9 and 10 are the exact same as 5 and 6. So once you've practiced 5 and 6, you already know 9 and 10 really well. Measure 11 is just 2 half notes, but the second half note is tied to whole notes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that note that is tied from measure 11 to 12 is 6 beats long. You'll have a nice slow but even bow there. I'm going to play 9 through 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll play 9 through 14. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 on the G string, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, in measure 13 and 14, you can play D as 4 on the G string instead of doing the string crossing. Okay, so you got a lot of options there. So just get really good at playing B on the G string, D on both the G string as 4 fingers or open D, and then G, 3 fingers on the D string. Once you master those notes, reading them and playing in the context of this piece, you'll be really good for most of Linus and Lucy. And practice slowly, then get faster and faster as you get more and more comfortable. Okay, thank you for watching. Happy practicing.